Hey everybody, this is Leland at Holland Smoke. We're finally back with a video. I know it's been a while. And we're going to go off a little bit from the norm. I saw a video on 12 tomatoes that had to do with Reuben sandwiches, which I love. But don't get ahead, we're not going to do a Reuben sandwich. Instead, we're going to do a Reuben casserole. And I can't wait to try this. We're going to start with a marbled rye bread like this, but it's already been cubed. And we're going to cover the casserole pan, which has already been lightly greased or panned. We cover the bottom of that with this. Get it out there nice and even. This has the flavor of Reuben already. Now we're going to take some corned beef and we're going to cover that. I'll try to do it quickly. Sorry about the delay in videos, but life has a way of getting in the way of things. But here we are, we get our corned beef. Now you can use pastrami, if you like pastrami, great. Or you could use corned beef and pastrami, because eventually we're going to put another layer down. We got our corned beef on here good. Now I believe we're going to cover it with sauerkraut, which is right here. Cover that with kraut. It says certain amount, but why don't you use what you like? If you like kraut, great. I suppose if you don't like kraut, well, don't make a Reuben casserole. We're going to use about the can here, I think, because I like kraut, sauerkraut. I'm going to go a little more. Get everything covered good. And now we have some chopped dill pickles that we're going to cover evenly over top of that. As evenly as we can. That looks good. Now we'll follow that up with shredded Swiss cheese. I'm going to say about 4 cups. We'll put the list of ingredients and amounts below the video, and you can follow it, but it's a Reuben, so if you like Reubens, you know what goes in them. Now here's where you could take the option. You've put the corned beef down. If you like pastrami, which I don't have any of, I would maybe do this next layer in pastrami, but we're going to go back to the corned beef and cover everything we've done with another layer of that. I have to say, a couple of weeks ago, Lyle from No Hippie showed up out here to see TNT, and he spent some time with me. They both did. We had a great time. I was tickled he came out. It's great to meet other guys that do this, share ideas, and maybe just have a good time, which we did. And I hope Lyle did. I think he did. Now we're going to go back over top of this with some more shredded Swiss cheese. And I suppose it's an option. You can roll with whatever cheese you want there too. And get this on there good. If you haven't seen Lyle at No Hippie, check it out. He's got a good channel. He's got a great channel. He does a lot of stuff. Now, we're going to stop with that. I'm going to set this off to the side. And we'll bring in our mixing bowl. And we're going to add a 1/4 cup of mustard. Mustard of your choosing. This is just yellow mustard here. Then a 1/3 cup of Thousand Island dressing. Sorry about the noise. 3 large eggs are going in. And 1 cup of milk. And we're going to whisk it up good. And and try not to knock it out of the mixing bowl, which I can probably do. We get all of this whisked together. Hopefully you can see that. It doesn't take much to get her whisked up pretty good. We'll bring back the casserole. And we're going to pour this over it as evenly as we can on our Reuben casserole here. Oh, that's going better than I thought it would, as far as my pouring. This is just a fun take on a Reuben, which like I say, I love Reuben sandwiches, but we're going to try this. All this needs to go on. It'll go down into the places it's supposed to. Now, the final step is we have the same rye bread we started with and cubed, but it's now real finely ground food processor. Thank you, my wife Kathy, for getting that done for me. I've been outside working most of the day. We put this on top. I'd use it all, because you're going to want a nice crust on top too. Now after this, if it was the afternoon and I had time to kill, I might get my Bradley out, fire it up, and put this in there for a half hour. Get some smoke on it. Smoked Reuben would be, I think, delicious, but I don't have the time. But this is what it looks like after we've done all that. So tonight, what we're going to do, we've preheated the oven to 350. We're not going to cover it. We're going to put this in there at 350 in the oven for around 40 to 45 minutes. And when we come back, in about that time, it'll start turning crusty and bubbly. That's when you know it's good. We'll give it a taste test and see if our Reuben casserole is as good as a Reuben sandwich. All right, we'll see you back in a little bit. All right, well, we're back. It's been about 45 minutes, and our Reuben casserole appears to be done. This is what it looks like. It smells just like a Reuben sandwich, so we're going to take out a piece, put it on the plate, and give it a taste test. It's hot, I will say that. Of course, the corned beef doesn't want to cut for me. Everything else seems to... Oh man. It tastes just like a Reuben sandwich. And that's what I was going for. I almost think you could put this on a couple slices of rye bread and actually make a sandwich, even with the bread on the bottom. That is really, really good. I'm really happy with it. Everything turned out good. Maybe one thing, although the cornbread or the corned beef didn't want to cut through, you could probably put on a couple more layers on each section of where the corned beef and or the pastrami, if you use it, would be. But I'm real happy with this casserole. I think this is what I'm going to have for supper today. Well, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And stay with me. We'll get more videos out soon. I've got another idea. Until then, thanks. Howl and Smoke.